What is going on, everybody? This is Gabriel Jones giving you a drop of sun any chance I get, and today we're going to be doing a reaction to the new Chris Stapleton record called Higher. This is like a dream come true for me, getting to talk about one of country music's most goated singers. It feels just like yesterday that I first discovered Chris Stapleton when Traveler was nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammy Awards in 2016. And I was astonished by how deep he can be. It even has the cover Tennessee Whiskey, which has now become so big that it achieved diamond status. Like, holy mother of God. I cannot believe a country artist was able to accomplish that. Chris would continue to have his taste of mainstream success when songs like Starting Over and You Should Probably Leave became huge smashes on the Hot 100. Chris has always stunned me with his gritty, versatile demeanor, his ability to hit raw human emotion, and now I'm here to witness it again. Before we get started though, I want to advise everyone to leave a like and comment for this video because the more engagement the video receives, the more likely YouTube will pick it up in the algorithm, so I thank y'all for that. Also, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell because I could use all the support in the world and it would put a huge smile on my face. Alright, that is out of the way. We're gonna get into Higher now. Track number 1, What Am I Gonna Do? Working with the backing vocals, I like it. Ooh, and then the drums come in. Oh, perfect way to open up. Bourbon, whiskey, vodka, all sorts of alcohol, tequila included. Yeah, this is a very somber opening, let me tell you that right now. Nice little guitar to like really relax to, you know? Ooh, maybe that's a little shout out to Louis Tomlinson. Nice little low note electric guitar to play us out. Alright, so that was What Am I Gonna Do? And Chris made an interesting choice to make the opener very, very melancholy. It seems to be a song where he's reminiscing on this past lover that he might have had, or maybe like a special loved one that he was very well connected to but has now sadly passed on. It's just a song where he's by his lonesome self, just wallowing in his misery, just downing alcohol, you know, bottle after bottle, shot glass after shot glass. And he has no idea how his life is going to continue now that this person is out of his life. He goes to his local bar and plays songs in the jukebox, but it just doesn't feel the same, you know? He plays That's the Way Love Goes, a song I'm assuming was special to the lost one's heart. And yeah, he just has a lot of difficulty processing these emotions. I really like the backing vocalist that works well with him, like she was great. The drums also do a nice way to like really bring everything together, and of course the guitars, you know, between the chorus and the verse, you know, and then the outro. That is always a wonderful instrument. I'm always welcoming it in his songs. Yeah, I really like how he sets up the album right here. Track number 2, South Dakota. Very bluesy with the opening. Very bluesy. Yeah, starting off your morning just wrong. Just wrong. Ooh, yeah! Getting the rock and roll in your voice, buddy! Let's go! Sounds like they get pretty violent up in the Midwest. You just gotta appreciate this cymbal tapping right here, you know? It's just like a nice little touch to this bluesy atmosphere. I have no idea how to play the guitar, but I'm enjoying it. Like the way it just sort of escalates and then just sort of de-escalates, you know, after staying behind, you know? Just giving us that blues, baby. Just letting it all loose. That's what I like to hear. Alright, South Dakota. This song has the traditional Chris Stapleton sound that I always appreciate. It's just him with his guitar and the drums, and he's just letting it all loose, you know? That badassery that he's always able to project on the music. I just can't get over that bluesy sound. Like, he has mastered it. Like, decades and decades of perfecting his sound has paid off. But this seems to be a song where he's like stranded in the middle of South Dakota, and he had like a night of drinking, and he wakes up and finds that he's just all by himself in the cold atmosphere with like no one to talk to or communicate with. But he keeps on singing "I Keep on Staying Behind." It's almost like he was with his band at a certain point, but they left, and now he has to like find a way to sort of like meet with them again, you know? But yeah, I really like how Chris was able to construct this song, you know? It has so much misery attached to it, and he is just hitting it just right with those notes. And I'm sure that citizens of South Dakota are also thrilled that they have their own anthem now. It's probably the same way Nebraskans felt when Lady Gaga released You and I. Track number 3, Trust. This one just has like a very home, sort of warm atmosphere to it. Yeah, that can feel a little intimidating. And that backing vocalist, once again, coming through. Love it. I ain't stepping on no cracks. No bad luck for me. Alright, so that was Trust. Definitely one of the happier songs that we have right now. Or the happiest song that we have now. There's really nothing deep to dig into right here. It's just a song where Chris is pleading to his lover that, you know, we're gonna have this everlasting relationship. We just have to trust each other. You know, there might be some hurdles along the way, but as long as we have each other's backs, you know, we should be able to overcome them. That's pretty much the overall message of the song. When it comes to the instrumentation, you know, it's very soft, very easygoing. You know, you have a light cymbal tapping, and you know, you have an easygoing guitar, acoustic guitar. And Chris is able to let some blues out, along with his backing vocalist. But really, there's nothing else to talk about with this song. We could just keep moving forward now. Track number 4, It Takes a Woman. Chris just can't escape dark places, let me tell you that. Damn. Those vocals harmonizing with each other. Oh man, just letting those vocals loose. And then he's kind of serenading her with the guitar. Woo! I feel myself soaring to space with that note. Damn, Chris. Living up to the title, let me tell you that. Again, like, they just sound so good together. I can't get over that. Alright, so, It Takes a Woman. Yeah, that song has a lot of charm to it, I'm not gonna lie. In a lot of ways, it kind of reminds me of Thank God by Kane Brown and Caitlin Brown. You know, the song that they did for Different Man, which I covered over a year ago. You know, it's about these two lovers, you know, telling each other just how much they love each other and how much they support each other. Chris is laying it out that he would be nothing without his wife Morgan, or Morgane, it's Morgan. And the way that they work in tandem on this song is just something to really admire. Like, I just love the melodies that they hit on the chorus. Like, you could tell that they are just infatuated with each other. Like, I bet that while they were in the recording studio, they just couldn't stop looking away from each other because they were just all blushy, feely. Again, when it comes to instrumentation, it's very easygoing, a lot of soft drum tapping and some guitar solos here and there. But yeah, like, I do think the song is very, very charming, and I'm sure that a lot of people are going to be dancing to it at weddings sometime in the future. So yeah, onward with the listen. Track number 5, The Fire. Yeah, this one just feels like we're outside camping and it's late at night. There's like a beast just waiting to be unleashed. Getting a little risque here, I see. Like how relaxing it's starting to get here with the instrumental break. And you know, I just realized that there's some bongos playing. I don't know why I didn't take note of that before. But yeah, pretty good choice. Alright, Alright, so that was The Fire, and yeah, this was like probably one of the more intimate jams we got on the record. Chris is up at night, you know, all by himself, just sleeping in his own bed and wishing that he had his sweetheart right next to him. For some reason he doesn't, and he's just wishing that she was right there with him. The desire is just burning inside of him, like he hears her name, you know, he sees her shadow, and he's just not able to be with her, you know? And he's really able to construct an atmosphere from that, you know, it really feels like it's just very mystifying, you know, you picture a full moon just shining brightly inside of his room, and there's just a light breeze, you know, making the curtains flow, and you just picture Chris just tossing and turning, wanting for his sweetheart to be there with him. And of course the bongos really bring everything together, along with the acoustic guitar, you know, those two just working in tandem together. Yeah, this one has a lot of atmosphere to it. I think it might be one of my favorites so far, not gonna lie, but we'll have to see what the rest of the album has to offer. Track number 6, Think I'm in Love with You. I can hear a little bit of a bass guitar going on with this one. A little bit of a strained relationship. He was playing himself for a fool. Now he's having regrets. Ooh, you can hear some violins with this one. Nice. They added a little bit of escalation, you know? It's getting more tense. Escalation. It's the word of the day. And then we just kind of have a little cool down right there. Yeah, that can take a lot of energy out of it, buddy. We got a little bit of an organ too right there, you know, joining in on the party. All right, Think I'm in Love with You. That one, again, has a bluesy atmosphere to it. It's pretty straightforward with its lyricism. Chris is pleading to his woman to come back to him because he didn't realize what he had before, and now it's gone, and now he's trying to, you know, make up for that. There's a lot of neat instrumentation going on with the song, like the organ and the violins, and you have the bass guitar, and of course it's accompanied with his electric guitar, and of course he has that raspy singing voice that he can do all sorts of tricks with. The way it just kind of all escalates on verse 2 was very admirable. That was like something of beauty, if you know what I mean. Yeah, he's just making a strong plea for his woman to come back to him, and you know, you gotta respect that. You gotta respect how much effort he's putting into it. Yeah, some enjoyable elements with this song, you know, gets a thumbs up. Track number 7, Loving You on My Mind. Okay, we're taking this one a lot slower than before. Wow. That certainly got me into the spirit. And again, we have that organ right there coming in. I'm curious to know what that sort of thing is. Ooh, a little drum roll right there, you know, accompanied with the guitar solo. Wonderful. Yeah. Bring us that passion, Chris. I want to hear you belt those notes. No, this is like top tier lovemaking, you know? The special kind that you only dream about. Alright, so Loving You on My Mind. Very enjoyable track. You can't deny that. You could tell this one is a straight up sex jam where he's saying, you know, that thing you did last night, you know? How you do that? How you doing that? You know, I gotta know how you doing that. And yeah, he just talks about how he just can't stop thinking about the amazing night they had together, and he just can't wait to like get inside that bed once more. Just darn his ass to the sheets. Yeah, this one is very inviting. I really like how much fun this one is, you know, the way he sings kind and mind. I can't hit the same notes as him, but you get my drift. There's just so much pleading and earnesty with his vocals. Like, you could tell that he's just really turned on by her, and let me tell you that. I really like the slow tempo, I really like the guitar solos, along with the drum rolls, and of course the organ shows up again, you know, they're always welcome. Yeah, this one's a lot of fun. I'm gonna enjoy revisiting it. Track number 8, White Horse. I know he released this one as a single. I told myself I was going to get around to listening to it, but I didn't, so ugh. But, you know, now is a better time than ever. This guitar work just feels very ominous, you know? Ooh. Ooh. The way the drums just ramp up. Ramp the fuck up. Let's go. Yeah, I got ways to go before I can reach that sort of status as a man. Ooh, yes. This one just makes me feel as if I'm racing on a horse, you know? Yes. I live for that kind of shit. Alright, so that was White Horse, and yeah, that one was so intense. I need a drink of water. This song shows Chris Stapleton singing to his lady that he isn't exactly the perfect archetype of what a man is envisioned as, but he can absolutely work his way up to that sort of thing. It's a nice song where he promises to be the best possible partner that he can, you know, provide everything that she needs and everything that she wants. And she perhaps trusts him to sort of, you know, do the best that he can in this relationship. And I really like that sentiment. I really love how stadium-like the whole tune is, you know? It's almost like he's just racing to get that sort of point in the relationship, you know? Almost as if he actually is a cowboy. He's just on his horse, just going haul ass across the desert sand. He's determined to achieve his goal. You know, the eyes are on the prize. Like, the guitars are badass, and I love the drums, and I love how epic everything sounds. You know, the way, like, the drums just sort of build up, you know, at the beginning and then the end. That really ramped me the fuck up. Yeah, this is a wonderful song. Oh my god, I'm so glad he made this the single. Like, yeah, this is the one that really deserves the attention. Props to you there, Chris. Track number 9, Higher. The title track. A little bit of a slow build up right now. I love that falsetto he hits right there. Oh my god. Yo, like this falsetto he's hitting on the goddamn chorus. Jesus Christ, I am impressed by it. Like, oh my god. That guitar work right there on the second verse. That deserves a fucking round of applause. Ooh, you kind of hear it like shooting out into space. Love that. Okay, so that was Higher, the title track. I am astonished by the sort of tricks he can pull off with his voice there. He's just conveying just how much he loves his partner and how much his love for her takes him higher to the point where it feels like he's touching the clouds. He talks about flying on an aeroplane, growing a pair of wings so that he could fly off into the breeze. What I really like about this song is that it makes it feel as if we're actually floating through the clouds, you know? We're just having a nice summer day, just like enjoying the atmosphere just high up in the sky, and then we sort of look down and see all the civilians on the ground, you know, almost as if it's like a little toy set. It's just very breezy with its tone, you know, and you could hear Chris's passion when he's singing those high notes, like hitting the falsettos and just really letting his voice let loose. It's very calming and it's very relaxing, very passionate. Like, you could tell that Chris put his all into this one. I mean, why else would he call the album Higher? So yeah, wonderful work here. I am astonished by what he pulled off here. Track number 10, The Bottom.
Bottom. Hilarious.
Loving how this one is starting off, you know, very festive. Sounds like a really harsh breakup song at this point. I love the backing vocalist on this one, especially. Like, she's doing a great job. Love the cymbal work on this one also. It's really great. Alright, so that was the bottom. And yeah, I really like the way that song is constructed. It almost feels like a party gym of some kind, even though it's really not. But we have the backing vocalist and the drums, and I really love the tambourine work. Yeah, like a lot of great cymbal stuff going on right there. I can just picture the lights being turned on as they're sort of playing away at their instruments. But this seems to be another song about Chris Stapleton's loneliness. Like, he's singing about how when your love goes away, you find yourself at the bottom of an alcoholic beverage, you know? Like, everything has been drunk, you know, it's empty, not a single drop, and you're just left there with your drunken ass self. It's him acknowledging that when he has no more alcohol to drink, that's a sign that he really has a broken heart, you know? And I really love how the chorus builds up, and we really like peel back the layers of what Chris is going through, you know? We have the whiskey, the hand, the hearts, you know, the memory, the past, the woman. He really like digs deep into what's been crushing him all this time. I appreciate that, you know, that vulnerability that he's able to project on the music. And of course, he's a great singer as always. Yeah, I really enjoyed this track. It's pretty decent. Track number 11, The Day I Die. Okay, we're holding on to some notes here, just elongating them. The drums just entering into the song, you know? Ah, another crushing, heartbreaking song right here. Okay, now we got the sentimentality on the guitar solo. Yeah, like, you can really sense the sadness, you know, judging by these guitars. Okay, The Day I Die. Yeah, that one is pretty straightforward. Again, Chris once again begging for his lover to stay with him because, you know, he has no idea how he's going to be able to survive without her in his presence. It's a lot of what we heard in the opening track, so I don't really have anything new to dig into when it comes to the lyrics. Sound-wise, I really like the way that Chris elongates his notes on the chorus, you know, that really hits you. And, you know, you could actually sense that he's, you know, choking up a little bit as he's singing these lyrics, you know? You can really sense the emotion that's coming through. I really dig the high-pitched guitar melodies, you know, they really tie the track together. They're really the glue for this one. But I don't really have much else to say about this one. Onward with the listen. Track number 12, Crosswind. Okay, this one really feels like a Western right out of the gate. Like, it really feels like we're on a cross-country road trip with this song. I really like the acoustic guitar in this one, you know? You can really picture Chris going apeshit with this one. Yeah, we're not even close to reaching our destination, you know, our final destination. You know, kind of having to do a little bit of transporting the goods, you know. Alright, so that was Crosswind. I gotta be honest, I'm a little bit stumped with this one, but I think I can decipher it. It seems like Chris is going on a road trip, you know, in his big 18-wheel truck, you know, selling goods, you know, here and there. And he's promising to get back to his woman, and it's just kind of holding him up. He honestly has no idea how long it's going to take him because he's just stopping at motels, and he has very long distances. And yeah, he doesn't know if he's gonna survive it, you know? That's my best estimation of what that means. I would love for someone to correct me in the comments section if I got it wrong. One thing I do like is how it really captures the spirit of going on a road trip, you know, like with the electric guitars and, you know, the drumming. Like, it really does feel like we're on the highway and there's like no destination in sight. We're just passing by cars, looking at the trees that come and go. Yeah, this one, you know, definitely feels like, you know, it's just highway to hell. Overall, I really do like the atmosphere of this one. Yeah, I think Chris has some good work going on. Track number 13, Weight of Your World. You know, wanting to do whatever his sweetheart wants. A wonderful expression of love, always. That is a wonderful sentiment, you know? Whatever problem you have, I'm gonna have. We're gonna work through this together, no matter what. You know, we're gonna work together to find our sound. And of course, the electric guitar in the background, you know, being the glue. And I gotta say, the acoustic guitars are really shining through with this one. Alright, so, Weight of Your World. Yeah, one of the sweeter tracks on this entire listen. We've been given a ton of love tracks on this LP. But this one I really feel because, you know, you could really sense just how earnest Chris is in his entire singing performance. I especially love the line, "Give me the weight of your world and lay it on me." Love that, you know, like, take my hand, baby, we're gonna get through this together, you know. Whatever obstacle comes our way, I'm sure we'll navigate our way around it. Like, this ain't no big deal. We're gonna grow old together, you know, we're gonna be at the end of our lives, and we have been through a ton of adventures at that point. And we're just gonna know that we made it out together. It's just so romantic, and it just melts my heart. Like, I feel for this song. Like, Chris and Morgan, you two are just lovely together. And I especially love the guitar strumming and the electric guitars that add a nice little touch. The drumming is nice and subtle. Oh, yeah, this song, ooh. Oh my god, it's so grossly sweet. Oh, I just can't get over it. Yeah, this is going to be another wedding song I'm sure a lot of couples will enjoy. But with that, why don't we take a look at how Chris is going to end the entire listen of Higher. Track number 14, Mountains of My Mind. Okay, nice soft acoustic guitar opening us up. Still can't climb the mountains of my mind. You know, it's almost like he can't understand his own psyche, you know? It takes so much effort to dig deep into. You could really just picture Chris taking center stage when it's just him and his guitar, the light beaming down on him. This world is too complicated for him to keep on dealing with, you know? Alright, so that was Mountain of My Mind. Yeah, this one is a little bit of a sad song to end the album with, but I really like it. It just seems to be a song where Chris Stapleton is just kind of fed up with the world, you know, he has his own bad mental health days and they can be difficult to navigate. So a part of him just wants to shut himself off from society, you know, just live alone, you know, have time to himself. And, you know, he thinks that he'll be fine, he just can't understand his own mental health at various moments. It has a really sad meaning, but, you know, I think, like, it's a way to sort of gauge into a thought process, you know? We're really understanding how he feels, you know? I'm sure he doesn't actually want to just cut off from society completely, but that's just the way he feels on some days. Yeah, I think this is a pretty decent song to end the album with. I can understand why he did. Yeah, there's some good stuff on this one. So with that, I'm going to take a break, I'm going to listen to the album a second time, and then once I do, I'll come back and give you my final thoughts, so bear with me. Alright, I am back, and I'm ready to give you my final thoughts on Chris Stapleton's Higher. As we inch nearer towards the end of 2023, we can look back on the year and see how dominant country music was. There's no denying how much the genre took over the charts, for better and for worse. Arguably, you can give Chris Stapleton credit for engaging more people with Nashville, and Higher serves as further proof. So much of this album is pretty clear with its lyricism, where Chris is showing affection towards his wife Morgan, and how he would be totally lost without her. He lays out scenarios where he doesn't have her in his life anymore, and tries to convey just how much her love guides him. Although every once in a while, you see him shake up the topic, like about how he's stranded in the Midwest, and how he's driving on the highway in a truck. What makes this album pretty enjoyable is the bluesy country rock. Chris is able to shred his guitar and sing with the soul of a real Southerner. Don't even get me started on his singing voice. It has so much range, it's so raspy and powerful, and really captures the emotions he's trying to hit. But if I'm being candid, this album isn't the masterpiece that Traveler was. I appreciate that album because you hear Chris sing about his life experiences as he wanders around the country as a performing artist. Higher seems to be more focused on his love life. It's a lot more grounded, and it doesn't do as much for me. I don't think it's a terrible album, it just didn't do as much for me as Traveler did. It's so pleasant to see Chris and Morgan come together to work on something so personal, and while it's not exactly for me, I can see plenty of his fans grooving to it and even falling in love to it. So there's that. My favorite tracks would have to be White Horse, The Fire, and Higher. My least favorite tracks would have to be The Day I Die, Trust, and What Am I Gonna Do? And that just about does it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this album reaction. I had some fun with this one. I hope you did too. I'm glad that I got 2 country albums out of the way this year. If you want to follow me on social media, be sure to check out my Blue Sky, my Twitter, my Twitch, and my TikTok. Links will be in the description. And that's where we're wrapping up today. My name is Gabriel Jones, and the sun may be setting, but I hope you were able to soak up those drops. Take care.